Yo, what up guys, this is Shaydi just chilling at the Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls Remastered. Recently I felt like playing the game again and I checked online to see what mods or a compilation of mods could I use to enhance the game, visually at least, without changing the original tone. Essentially, I wanted to remaster the remaster of Dark Souls. And so that's what I did, and I'm gonna show you guys here what mods I used and how you install them. And also some optional stuff that you might or might not want, and that might get a little away from the original tone, but I'll let you know. And also please remember that this being a YouTube video, details in the textures and stuff, like it's not as easy to notice through the video because of compression and whatnot, but the game itself looks pretty good. The entire game just has a higher visual fidelity now, like everything just looks better, the colors look more natural, the lighting is where it's supposed to be, the metal in your armor looks like metal, but there's subtle changes, which was kind of the point, so it's fine. Except for that, that's not... Yeah, this is one of the optional stuff. Anyway, starting with a tutorial. So the base for this remaster is gonna be the DSR 2020 textures. But for that, we're gonna need DSR Texture Packer and Unpacker, which is the only way of changing texture files in DSR. So let's go into files and just download this thing right here. After that, we're obviously gonna need DSR 2020 textures as well. Go into files, and you have a lot of different parts, but you're gonna need all of them, and these are some, relatively big files, so it might take a while. But this retexture changes bosses, NPCs, a lot of the scenery, the waifus. Let's also get this Dark Souls Visual Overhaul. This messes a lot with like the lighting of certain areas, light sources as accurate as possible, and it just helps bringing that cinematic feel to Dark Souls. Anor Londo, better distance textures. This mod just does exactly what it says. The textures in the distance of Anor Londo, like the areas you never get to, they just have better resolution. 2K Estus retexture. Do I even really care about this? The Estus, it's pretty small. It's a pretty small item. You barely notice it. Although it is an improvement. It is an improvement. No, fuck, let's get it. I will leave links for all of these mods in the description below. You just gotta go in there and just download everything. And then the first optional mod that I'm actually pretty excited to use is the Dark Souls Remastered metal soundtrack. Although, unfortunately, this doesn't actually change every single boss track. Since Mortal Shell came out with that Rotting Christ OST, I've been craving some metal in my souls. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but something else that's optional, but I'm gonna do it, is the Wasted Death message from GTA. And while we're still on the topic of audio, this mod right here changes a lot of the sounds. It has a more realistic vibe to it, and it definitely adds to that new game feel, but it also changes a lot of the iconic soul sounds like the parry and stuff like that, so beware, but definitely give it a try. And for that I'll kinda consider this optional, and if you wanna install it, you just open up your own sound folder inside Dark Souls Remastered folder and you drag and drop from one side to the other. There you go. Now, after you download everything we mentioned before, you should have all of these files. This is my Dark Souls Remastered install folder. We're not gonna mess too much with the install folder itself, but I'm gonna take this texture packer and unpacker and drop it inside the install folder just for the sake of organization. You can do this wherever you want. But anyway, so inside the texture packer and unpacker folder, we have this texture override folder, and this is where we're going to pretty much just dump our textures in, and I'm probably gonna start with the DSR 2020 textures. So let's take this maps 1 and just drag it inside texture override. This is gonna take a while. Alright, now maps 2 right here. Let's again just drag and drop into texture override. Alright, now we're gonna take objects, NPCs and enemies. It's got 2 folders right here. Again, just drag and drop into texture override. And finally we need the update file. WinRAR, come on. And just again drag and drop. Now we have female face, hair and texture overhaul pack. I personally play female characters, so although this does say female, but it also affects the textures for males, so it goes both ways. You know, just open up, select everything, and again just drag and drop into texture override. Eevee's Estus, that's our 2K Estus flask. Just open up, come on, and just drag and drop. Now this is optional, you might want it or not, but I will install the wasted death message from GTA because I mean, it's something you see a lot. I just wanna, you know, I just want some visual change. Something I forgot to mention though is the new interface icons remastered. I mean, it changes a lot of the HUD icons, but it looks very colorful. I like it a lot. That's his new interface icons, main version. Just drag and just drag and drop into texture override. And Anor Londo better distance textures. Again, just drag and drop into texture override. If you're asked to replace, it is replacing over the 2020 textures, but I will use these. Classic armor pack changes the textures from the remastered version into the original Dark Souls textures, where metal actually looked like metal, you know, like scratched up and stuff. It's weird why the original textures actually look better, but it is what it is. So just download it, open up, grab everything when hard lets me, and just drag and drop to texture override. And I'm not sure if this will actually overwrite DSR 2020 textures, because I know it changes some like boss armors and stuff like that, so we're gonna have to see. Yeah, he wants me to replace, but I will actually just ignore these files and I will keep the 2020 textures there. And hold up, because I just realized this mod was a thing, but bro, look at these freaking shields. Bro, this thing is insane. By the way, these are all retextures, right? Like there are no new shields being added by this mod. These are all just retextures of the original Dark Souls shields, but god damn, yeah, give me that. Just open up the folder and drag and drop everything again into texture override. Now let us jump back into the Dark Souls Remastered install folder. That's where we are right now, and get this Dark Souls Visual Overhaul. Open it up, come on. And yeah, put this inside. Alright, param, you just drop it inside your install folder and replace. When it comes to the Dark Souls Remastered metal soundtrack, all of these files go straight into your sound folder, which is in the install folder of Dark Souls. It will ask to replace, just say yes. Wasted Death Sound, they don't say where it goes, but I'm sure it's gotta be on the sound folder as well. Yep, yes it is. Now back on the Texture Packer and Unpacker folder, open up the app. First thing we have to game directory, right? That's I'm gonna have to look for my game. I think I put it on F, I believe, which is my external hard drive. Steam, common, Dark Souls, yeah, it's right here. Alright, I believe all you have to do is just repack it, right? Yeah, alright, if this gives you any error about like memory or something, just try lowering the threads and then running it again, or run it as administrator, which is advised. Alright, it's done. It took a while, but it's supposed to. I guess we have a lot of high resolution texture mods, but anyway, let's go into Steam. Let's also disconnect from the internet because we're using mods and you never know, and let's see what the game looks like.